Hey everybody, it's Narrative Tarot. I do not know, it seems like this camera, I'm trying to look at it, I'm sorry. Looks like this camera, it seems like it's foggier than normal, but I'm Narrative Tarot. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Today I have like a quick deck purchase. It is the Soul's Journey lesson cards. So basically, this is not like a very new deck or anything like that. Ooh, chat, trying to get this open. It's new to me in that I am just owning it, but I've known about it for quite a few years. Chat, I can't even get this box open no more. And I wanted to get it, but I was hesitant because I'm not a big Oracle supplemental kind of card person. So yeah, this is what the cover looks like. It's James Van Prague. I think he's like a medium and he has classes and stuff like that. So I would say it kind of falls into the same vein as Doreen Virtue, minus the, like, I guess, like, the shit that followed when she, like, left. But I mean, on that vein of, like, having decks and, like, books, and I think she even had courses too. He has, like, courses and stuff like that, like seminars, things like that. So if you're not interested in the deck or whatever, but you're interested in more like his work, there's like a website. He has a website, and there's like different courses, and you know, like those free ebooks when you sign with the email and stuff like that, things like that. So check it out if you're interested in who that is. So this deck is 44 cards, which is kind of roughly standard for an oracle. Generally, it's somewhere between like 30 to like 50 cards. Most oracles are not going to do like 78 cards like tarot. I kind of feel like they would be very bloated if they did, and then also they wouldn't be as niche, I think, as they could be to make them like effective. Because the good thing about oracle cards or decks that aren't tarot is that they are very specific on dealing with some sort of issue or affirming or something like that, like, you know, love, healing relationships, being a parent, stuff like that. Like those, they're decks that have specific aims in mind and specific like populations or issues that they're trying to deal with. And you know, having a 100 card deck kind of would mean you're just including too much stuff. So I like that about it. So it's 44 cards. I'm just gonna go through. I already unboxed it technically in my car, but I'm just showing you guys just in case anybody who has never seen this deck, if they're interested in pulling it one day at a time, or you know, 1 week or something like that. This is what they look like. So each card has like kind of like a mandala or image, and then like keyword and a little bit of a sentence under it. It does come with like a book, so you can read it, things like that. And so I like this deck. I mean, I've watched it in a few other readings and stuff like that. I was just hesitant because, like I said, I'm not really an oracle kind of person, and I find that oracles can distract when they have words because I kind of feel like, and no lie, I kind of feel like sometimes, like, to get into tarot or to get into the divination space, people buy oracle decks and they kind of just go immediately off of what the card is saying specifically. That's kind of why I gave my crystal deck away, because I kind of felt like the key word was kind of like the insight into the message, and I kind of felt like, was I projecting going off of that as opposed to my actual intuition? And that's the only thing with oracle decks. I kind of feel like they're way more guided, leading you towards a specific kind of answer, as opposed to, I think for me, tarot is more about your intuition. Now, I'm not somebody who academically studies tarot and specific meanings or symbology, so I'm not a by the book kind of person when it comes to it, and to that, even though that does have specific meanings. But I kind of feel like with tarot, it's a little bit wider. But I am initially enjoying this, and so I was thinking about this, and there was another book, a book that I was going to get. It's like tarot, ancestor tarot, something like that. I'm going to get it, but I was going to get it today, and I was like, oh, no, I think I'll just get the deck. And I had hesitated on getting the deck even, and I got it because I was like, well, I might as well. And then I started thinking about the ancestor stuff, and I was like, oh, like I'm supposed to use these cards and help with the patterns and like the themes, and because these cards give like themes, essentially, it helps. And one of the sections in that book talks about like the court cards would represent ancestors asking questions and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, this like is gonna help with that. So those are all the cards. And then I was like, okay, this is like a weekly energy type thing, I feel like, as well. And then the emotion wheel, where there's like the emotion wheel where they talk about there's like 6 base emotions or 7 base emotions, and then you go from there and you have like the full spectrum, like like a base emotion could be like anger, but like a derivative of that would maybe be irritation or something like that, like joy. And then another one would be like contentment or something, something like that. And so I kind of was thinking about this deck and how that could be pretty helpful in exploring that within yourself. So I might get a second deck for me specifically, and then use one for you guys on the channel. But I really am excited about it. I am not really focused on the fact that it has like mandalas and stuff like that. I'm not mandalas or artwork, meditative artwork. It might help when it comes to like portals and stuff like that. But if the book doesn't have specific information about what these mandalas are, then I don't really see how this is going to work out in terms of exploring it. I just may project myself into the image, look around a bit, and then come out, and then go from there. But I'm excited. So I'm going to use it for ancestral work, like patterning, because I'm really interested in things like epigenetics at the moment. And I think a lot of healing is going to happen, particularly because Pluto's in Capricorn and is going into Aquarius. So even though Capricorn isn't, I know people talk about Cancers being very attached to the past, but like you have Pluto, which is like transformation, stuff like that, and a very time-centric kind of time warp, time loop kind of sign. Aquarius is very much about the future, so it's almost like there's a gap in between the two, and then you get to, it's like Pisces is the gap, but it's like ahead of all of the signs. It's like the last sign, so it's like when you get into Pisces, it's kind of like it's going to get trippy, but when it gets into Aquarius, it's almost like those really huge gaps have to be filled by something, and that's where I'm seeing like stuff like this ancestral work coming from. So if you're doing ancestral work, keep going. You may feel out of your time loop zone. It's like you don't feel like you're fully aligned. Like we're talking about epigenetics and inherited trauma and generational trauma now, but it's now that this is coming in, it's like a little bit out of place, because it's not fully aligned energetically yet, so we can do the actual work that actually flushes it out. Yes, I think 2022 you'll start to see it pick up a little bit, and 2024 is the year of the dragon or so, and I kind of feel like by that it'll be full on because Pluto will be out of Cap basically into Aquarius, and then we'll start seeing some really interesting like ancestral shit I think come through. I was going to do a video about that, Pluto in Aquarius, but more on like the censorship, the darker kind of elements that are, yeah, coming through. But I'm excited about this. So, you can get it at Barnes & Noble. I know you can get it on eBay. It's probably on Amazon. This deck is $19.99 at Barnes & Noble, so about like $20. You probably could find it on eBay, but like I kind of just didn't want to get burned for a basic card deck that I knew that was at Barnes & Noble. Like, let me use eBay for like card decks that I can't find outside of that. So, all right, I will talk to you guys later. Yeah, I think I might do a week ahead video right after this. Very short, whatever. So, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.